Call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK or 8255, or text the crisis text line, text HELLO to 741-741. Both services are free and available 24 hours a day. Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos. Today's video is a very special video. I do want to go ahead and put a disclaimer on this video. If you are triggered when someone is talking about self-harming themselves or depression, any mental health subject, you probably don't want to watch this video because we're really gonna get into the nit and gritty on depression and on mental health. So if that is something that's triggering you, if that's something that you're dealing with now and you're not ready to talk about these things, or you're not really ready to listen to what I'm gonna be talking about in this video, I highly suggest that you cut this video off and you come back to me when you are ready. So I'm gonna be honest with you, today's video, I have been stalling. I've been wanting to create this video for almost a month now. It's been almost a month since the incident of Cheslie Kryst, and the whole entire situation was triggering for me. I caught chills listening to the whole situation. I caught chills listening to her mother speak about her. I caught chills looking at the funeral. And it was just something that I knew that I needed to spread light about on my YouTube channel. I feel as if, you know, if you're a YouTuber, of course, you have control over what you talk about. But I know that my channel is inspirational to some people and my channel is very influential. So if I can bring light to this situation, if I can help somebody, if I can just tell you guys what her mental illness was, I can save one life, then of course, no matter how uncomfortable I am with talking about this subject, I am going to speak about it. We're gonna briefly just be talking about what happened to her, but more importantly, we're gonna talk about how to catch the signs of these type of people, how we can help these type of people, how we can be a good friend to these type of people, and just talk about the different types of depression, what that means to you, what that means to the person that you're dealing with, and how we can help save lives. So Cheslie Kryst passed away on January 30th, 2022, and how she passed, I really don't want YouTube to take down my video or I get demonetized. So I'm not gonna say the S word, which is what happened. Let's just say that she took away her life. I think that's better. I think those are better words for a YouTube channel because YouTube is just very sensitive. So instead of saying what it actually was, let's just say that she took her life, okay? So how she took her life is she jumped from the 29th floor in Manhattan, and you know, the way she did it was just giving me chills. And I'm gonna be honest, I was sad for weeks. Before the news broke out, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really know who she was. She won Miss USA in 2019, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't keep up with pageants. I really did not know her. I saw her face before, but I never really knew her. I never really followed her on social media, nothing. When people pass away, especially when celebrities pass away to drugs or just different things like that, I am very intrigued because well, first of all, my major used to be psychology. I used to want to be a clinical psychologist. So when it comes to mental health and when it comes to trying to figure out the functionalities of why people want to take their own lives or why people are struggling with depression or anxiety, I am very intrigued about that. And I want to educate myself and also educate you on what all of us can do as a collective to help these people. So Cheslie Kryst, from the outside, she looked extremely successful. Let me just talk about what all she did. She was a correspondent on Extra TV, interviewed celebrities, she went to a lot of events, she hosted events. That was one job she did. Another job is that, again, like I told you, she won Miss USA. She was also a lawyer, so she helped several clients get off the death row. She actually helped clients get out of jail. You know, people who were supposed to pass away in jail, she was able to represent them and she got them out of there. She worked with Kim Kardashian and some other people. She did work with them, but she was kind of the backhand man. A lot of people asked her in interviews, why haven't you said that you work with Kim Kardashian or different other people? And she just basically said, that's not what I do it for. You know, I do it to help the client. I don't care about mentioning a celebrity. I don't need to do that for clout. I'm here to do my job and I do it well, and that's it. I don't need to talk about anything or any of the details unless it has something to do with getting this client out. And I think that just shows a major level of integrity and, you know, Black girl power. She also had her own company. She was a fashion designer, basically. She designed suits and she designed clothes for professional women all around the world. And, you know, that is just, she's just a mogul. From an exterior standpoint, it just looks on paper that she's just so perfect. You know, the girl had abs, she had really long curly hair, which people love to have really long curly hair. And from an exterior standpoint, no one knew what was going on with her. You know, when her mother spoke out about the situation, her mother said she talked to her every single day. And her mother did not know that she was struggling with high function depression until a few days before she took her own life. And that right there is chilling, because do you know, she's on TV all the time, right? She's interviewing people all the time. She's a lawyer. She's Miss USA. She has all of these different things. She had a blog. She had all of these different things. And it's like, to see that everything on paper just basically showed that she was perfect, but really on the inside, she wasn't. That is chilling to some people. Day of the incident, which was January 30th, it was around 7:15 a.m. when she took a leap. So her apartment was on the 9th floor, and she jumped from the 29th floor. And I think the building that she lived on, don't quote me if I'm wrong, I think it was around 60 floors. I'm not really sure. Like I said, it was in New York City. It was a skyscraper building, so I'm not really sure, but I do know for sure that she did live on the 9th floor. So cameras and footage actually showed her traveling to the 29th floor, and that was the last time that they saw her until they found her body right in front of her apartment complex. She left a note for her mom, and she was very close with her mom. She was always smiling. She never looked sad. She never looked unhappy. She just always looked literally perfect. So she was an advocate for mental health, and she actually had an interview where she talked about where she did have bad days, and where, she tried to give people tips on how to get through those bad days. She also talked about that she had a therapist, and she said that her therapist worked for her, and she actually vouched for other people. So I've had a therapist before. A lot of people that I know have had a therapist before, and I'm gonna be honest, it really works. And she basically told people that. She said that her experience with her therapist was great. And, as we know that was happening, but apparently having a therapist for her just wasn't enough. And sometimes it isn't enough. I actually followed her YouTube channel. She had a YouTube channel, you guys. She just posted a video. Like, everything was okay. She was smiling. She posted a hair care routine. People wanted to know how she was able to grow her hair so long and so beautiful and so curly. And she was very passionate about her hair.
Wash and go. I mean, you might as well call it wash and work. Wash and not go anywhere. Wash and no go. But ain't no wash and go. This is my current wash and go routine. I'm just gonna continue to call it wash and go because that's how we understand it, but we know there's nothing quick, easy, or simple about this process, even though wash and go sounds very quick and easy. My process changes every now and then. The products sometimes change.
The girl literally was posting videos all throughout that week. And I find that crazy. She just interviewed Denzel Washington, literally, I think 2 weeks before the incident happened. And, she was just smiling all the time. She just looked so happy, but really she was incredibly sad. She struggled with high functioning depression. Her mom said that. She actually stated what it was. And, she tried to spread light and education to what that actually meant. So I'm actually gonna put right here what high functioning depression is from a internet standpoint. High-functioning mental illness or depression is a term to describe those living with a mental illness that most people don't detect. It covers a broad spectrum. They may have a good job, be studying, dress well, or even have the perfect family or lifestyle. This literally describes Cheslie Kryst to the T. I just wanted to educate myself more on what high-functioning depression was, and I reposted actually a few posts just to educate some people on my social media page on what high-functioning depression is, what does that mean, how can you be of service to that person, etc., right? So once I did that, I had someone who I know to reach out to me, and they basically told me that, they tried to take their own lives a few months ago, and I was so happy that this person was able to tell me that, because I was actually able to share my own experience on my struggle with mental health back when I was in high school that hardly no one knows about. But, it was something that I did struggle with, and fortunately was able to overcome it with therapists, as well as, when you are thinking about self-harm, when you are thinking about taking your own lives, you're not thinking about other people, right? That's the problem, okay? So you're not thinking about other people. Actually, you're not really thinking at all sometimes. I can only speak from my own experience. You know, you're so numb to the pain, you're so numb to what is going on that you're not thinking about, okay, how is this gonna affect my mom? How is this gonna affect my dad? How is this gonna affect my brothers, my sisters, my cousins? How is this gonna affect my friends? You know, you're not thinking about all of the people who actually care about you. You're just thinking, okay, I just want the pain to go away and I just wanna stop thinking, right? But, you know, what people don't understand is that is not the way to go. Almost 90% of people who attempted to take their own lives and they failed actually said that they didn't want to do it. And they're happy that it didn't even happen. I just want to educate everyone on, you know, on what high functioning depression is, on how you can appear to look so perfect and that's not your real life, and you are just never feeling accomplished. You know, that was basically what was happening with Cheslie. She just never felt accomplished. She had this whole platform, she had this whole resume, right, of all the successful things that she's done before the age of 30 years old, right? And guess what? She still did not feel good enough. And I hate that for her, and I really hate that her outcome was that she needed to take her own life to basically feel as if that was gonna give her peace. So the last Instagram post that she posted on her Instagram a few hours before she jumped was, "May this day give you rest and peace," and she put a heart. And I think that was just very sad. I just hate that that was her life. I hate it for her family. I hate it for her mom. Her mom loved her. Her mom said that she was her best friend. She never went a day without talking to her. From dealing with my own mental health situations, you don't think about your family, you don't think about other people. What made me stop doing what I was doing at the time is I thought about my family, I thought about my mom, and I said, you know, if I keep doing this, I am literally killing my mom. Like, I am hurting my family. None of my friends knew what was going on. You hide it. You want to hide it. You don't want people to talk about it. You don't want people to know that something is wrong with you, right? You already feel like something's wrong with you. You probably already feel like you're not human or that you're different from other people, but it just doesn't have to result in taking your own life. And with high functioning depression, you know, with your friends, just how to kind of spot it out. If some of your friends just don't ever talk about having bad days, if they never talk about things bothering you, all they're doing all the time is smiling and just talking about their accomplishments and their successes, and you know, everything just seems so right, but they're not really telling you what's going on, that is a red flag. And maybe you, as their friend, you can really dig deep, because sometimes some people just need someone to talk to. It could just be you. You could be that one person to talk to that person that day to stop them from going to take their own lives. And let's just give a second and talk about the strong friend, right? We all know who that is. We all know what that is, right? Check on your strong friends. We've all heard that quote before several times. And I want to talk about that for a second. I would love for us to remove that label of saying the strong friend, because who really wants to be that strong, right? For example, let's just talk about me, because I can't talk about everybody else. Only person I can talk about is me. I basically got the title of strong friend because none of my friends, for the most part, ever saw me cry. They never really saw me be vulnerable, anything like that. And basically, when people see you and they see your actions and they see how you react to certain situations, I want people to understand that I'm not prideful that I am considered the strong friend. I don't want to be that. To tell you a little bit about my childhood a little bit. So I have always watched people be vulnerable and be emotional, and I've always watched people take advantage of those people. So I always vowed to myself at a very young age that, especially when it comes to men, you're not gonna see me cry. You're not gonna see me get super emotional over you or about you. Who are you? I'm not gonna really talk about my emotions or how I feel to you. And I am definitely not gonna be vulnerable to you. So this is really bad because this kind of made me have the title of the strong person. And I don't care about having that title. A lot of my family always say, oh, Talisha is a strong person or whatever. And it's like, well, actually, it's not really nothing to brag about or boast about. It's because of my childhood trauma. So next time when you say like, oh, this person's a strong friend, or oh, this person's a strong person, actually check on them, because just because someone doesn't cry, just because you've never seen someone cry before, that does not mean that they are strong. That means they need help. Like, why are you not showing your emotions? A few years ago, I would say about 6-7 years ago, I really tuned in as to why I acted the way I acted. why my behavior was like this. Why is it towards specifically men, but really just anybody? Why am I not able to tune into my emotions? Why am I not able to cry? Why am I not able to be empathetic and sympathetic to people, you know, when it comes to certain situations? A lot of it has to do with a lot of people I don't really mesh with, because I just feel like, all right, you're crying because your life sucks, but you're the reason why your life sucks, right? So I'm not going to be empathetic or sympathetic towards somebody like that, because that's just your problem, okay? But when it comes to somebody like, okay, their parent passed away or something like that, I am going to send you those condolences, but at the same time, you know, I'm not probably going to cry or like sob with you. That's not really like me. But I do feel sorry for people, but it's like, I don't always want to be that strong friend, because a lot of people said that I'm so strong, but really I was hurting on the inside. So it's kind of like, try to see what's wrong with me instead of that. When people don't really show their emotions, when people are not really emotional or like vulnerable, they're struggling. It's a problem that if something is wrong with you and you can't even cry about it, something detrimental and crazy just happened in your life and you can't even cry about it, like what is wrong with you, okay? So let's stop calling people strong. Let's stop saying, you know, check on your strong friends. No, check on all of your friends. Check on your family too, because you never know what people are going through. And with high functioning depression, these people tend to look extremely happy. They look extremely extroverted, but those red flags, you just really need to ask them what's going on. And when they just say, oh, I'm good, I'm just fine, or if their days are always great, you know, they're lying. Okay, they're lying. And you, how you can help them, you need to be the person to really dig in and ask what's going on. Don't just take, oh, I'm fine for an answer. I know for me, you know, instead of people always telling me that I'm the strong person, I really just wish that somebody was able to just ask me what's going on. Like really ask me, because yes, I probably put up this strong barrier, but I mean, what? You can't just quit on the first time or the second or the third time when someone is just saying, oh, nothing is wrong. You just have to have more creative ways. So if you are a parent, right, and you don't really have like a close-knit relationship with your kid or something like that, or if your friend is seeming off, or if your friend is always happy and perfect all the time, I'm pretty sure that that's a lie. So what I want you to do is just don't give up. Yes, you may have that strong-minded daughter. Yes, you may have that strong-minded son that always seems like they have so many successes and everything else, and life is just so great all the time. But that's not reality, because none of our lives are perfect. None of us are happy all the time. None of us have joy all the time. We all have bad days. We all have really sad days. We all have days where we're disappointed. We have days where we're disappointed in ourselves. And you cannot just say, oh yeah, my son, he's just a strong-minded individual and I don't really have to check on him. He's all right. He can always pick himself up after a bad day. No, that's not right. And you have to do better about that. You really still need to check on that person. Don't just rely on that person to always have a handle on their lives, because we just don't. So to that person who is struggling with depression, or to that person who is struggling with high functioning depression and they're trying to hide it, to that person that is thinking about taking their own lives, I want to let you know, don't do it, because you're so loved. You are so loved and people love you. You are needed in this world. You are placed in this world for a special reason, for a certain reason. Your story is inspirational to people. And I really just want you to know that you matter. You know, for people like that, we just have to let them know how much they mean to us. And we really just have to dig in. Do not just take, oh, I'm fine, or I'm just good. And if you do know someone who is thinking about taking their own lives, you need to take action immediately. If someone's telling you that, they're really reaching out for help. Unfortunately for Cheslie, she didn't reach out to anybody. Unfortunately for her, her mother is forever heartbroken. Her family, her friends are forever heartbroken. She hid it. I mean, I can't imagine how lonely she was on the inside to be doing that. Like, she hid it to the T. She hid it to be a TV personality. She hid it from her subscribers on her YouTube channel. You know, I mean, I just don't understand how she just looked so happy all the time and she just did so many good things and she still did not feel good enough. So I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know that I struggle with that too. And I know some of you struggle with that. And I just want to be transparent on my channel because, I mean, like I said, I really did not want to make this video because it just makes me sad. It makes me sad on how she did it. It makes me sad that her mother did not know, and she talked to her mother every single day, and she actually says, hey, my mother was my best friend. When she left her note, she basically said, leave everything to my mother. And I just can't imagine me as a mother, me who I actually have a daughter, that was very eye-opening for me, because I am just able to really just check in with my daughter when she gets older, and not just think that, oh, my daughter has all of these successes and all these accomplishments, and she's just so strong-minded and independent that she doesn't need a holding arm, that she doesn't need a lending hand, that she doesn't need somebody who she can vent to, that she can really talk to, who actually cares about her. So again, this video, I did not want to truly talk about Cheslie's whole entire life. I did not want to dig into detail. I'm gonna be honest, I told you guys, I didn't even want to make this video, but I just know I needed to make it, because I do know some people who are really struggling with their mental health right now, and who are struggling with having these thoughts that they don't want to be here in life anymore. And I just had to make this video. Hopefully one of them are able to watch my video, and I hope that they just find some encouragement that you are loved, you are a major piece in life, and we all need you. I need you. And you know, you don't have to feel like you're alone. I don't want you to feel like you have to be perfect, because everybody on social media is perfect. You have to have this certain life, and you have to just have all these achievements by the age of 30 or 40 or 25. You have to be married by 28. And if you're not married by 28 and you're a Black woman, you're never going to get married, and that's depressing you, and now you just don't want to live anymore. I don't want these things to happen to you guys. I don't want you guys to think about these things, and I want to be a vessel for you to let you know that I love you, your family loves you, your friends love you. We need you here. Like, we can't survive without you here. So again, thank you so much, guys, for tuning into this video. If you do know someone who is struggling with this, please send them this video. Know someone like that, you need to be with them, okay? If they will let you, and at this point, it's not even if they will let you, you need to bum rush them. Like, I'm not leaving here. I'm gonna stay at your place. I don't care what's going on with you. If you actually have someone who is saying they need help, do not leave their side. All right, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video, and don't forget to share this video to just anybody. They don't have to be someone who's thinking these thoughts, but just share it to everybody, because I really just want people to know that you are loved, and we need you here, and I need you here. All right, guys, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.